Good evening, everybody. Just give me a quick second before we actually get going here. I accidentally removed some of my applications, so I quickly need to restart those. My apologies. I'll be right back in a few minutes. So I'll be playing the slideshow again, and then we'll get started for real. So see you all in hopefully about 3 minutes.
Do you struggle to survive around the toughest circuits? Are you fed up of making poor mistakes that end your races? Well, here at Apex Sage Coaching, we will help you reach your full driving potential. Whether it be a road course or an oval, we have a coach that will improve your ability. Over time, we will iron out those mistakes and make you become the driver you wish to be. And soon, you'll be making last lap passes for the win. For more information, reach out to us on Twitter at Apex Sage Coach.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final round of the 2021 VOR iRacing Classic Christmas Cup. As you could briefly see, that we have some technical difficulties, which I'm trying to get sorted as soon as possible. We should have the green flag in a few seconds' time, so actually it just sorted itself out. Perfect timing. There you go. So just give me a second for iRacing to load up on the broadcast, which it will in just a second. There you go. So yeah, I accidentally closed an application, which I wasn't meant to do, but welcome everybody to round 6 of the 2021 Classic Christmas Cup. Once again, I'm Julian Alton, as always, bringing you coverage of this final round of the year, I guess, of 2021 Classic Christmas Cup. It's the first race in the new year, but it counts towards the 2021 Classic Christmas Cup. But I want to thank Apex Sage Coaching for sponsoring the Christmas Cup and VOR in general for the last year. And welcome to you, Lily, in chat, as always. It's good to see you again. So let's get rid of this stuff here and bring the timing tower up. Qualifying about to be completed. 4 laps or 5 minutes is what the drivers have. And we have 10 seconds left, in fact. And currently it is Jan Hofman on the pole position for this round. He won at Nashville last week. As Thomas is once again having some connection issues like he had at Nashville. So here we go for the final race of the Christmas Cup. So before we go take the green flag, let's quickly have a look at the track map. And it's gotten a bit of a redesign compared to the other graphics that we've used. And this is what's going to be used for the first season of 2022 for us here. So we've got a 2-mile D-shaped oval, banked at 14 degrees in the turns, asphalt surface of course, 75 laps, 150 miles, 65 miles per hour speed limit, and the fuel window will be approximately 45 laps, with 3 tire sets available in total for tonight's race. Cars are rolling off for the pace lap, so we're quickly going to cover the 2005 series schedule, which is starting next week at Homestead Miami Speedway, before the next race at Phoenix the week after that, followed by Indianapolis, until a week off until Texas, Richmond, Nashville, Michigan, Kentucky, Iowa, which is a substitute for Pikes Peak, and the final race of the year for that season on the 10th. The 10th round on the 2nd of April, about 3 months from now. So here we go. Cars are on the back straight on the pace lap, and we are going to be in for more pack racing as you are used to. Hopefully not Charlotte style, hopefully we have a bit of a cleaner race. We certainly do have more cars on the grid than in Nashville, so looking forward to this one. We have 10 cars taking the green flag tonight. Please let me know about any issues with the audio, by the way. So what was a 6-race season, with the postponing of Nashville until 4 days later, we are finally here to crown a Christmas Cup champion. Currently led by Jan Hofman in the point standings. With the drop week included, we'll have to wait and see what it is at the end of the race, but pace car pulls into the pits. Jan Hofman once again leads the field to the green flag, with Craig Forsyth alongside him on the front row.
Green.
It's a very long wait until the green flag, but we are underway from the Autocross Speedway. As we're going 3 wide already in the midfield, down the back stretch. We're going to look from the back of Jan Hofman's car, if I can find the camera setting even. There you go. From the gearbox, looking back at Craig Forsyth, we're going to pick up the rest of the pack here as we complete lap number 1. There's Sepp Kinder trying to go for P2 here as he works on Craig Forsyth. We have Thomas Geisler and Dakota the Maid going side by side as well for P4. And it's going to be multi-groove racing all the way around, with a one-stop strategy. And look at the bumps on the backstretch as well. You definitely feel those bumps in the steering wheel if you're using the force feedback wheel, which I'd imagine 90% of the field is at least. As we jump to Alex van der Sande here. So I've got to grab the correct onboard camera. There we go. So Alex is a driver that intended to start every race from the back, and he is in a shot to win the series title as well. I do apologize though, I do not have the live points situation available right now, which won't be there until after the race, so I apologize for that. But we do have 3 runners for the championship, which are Jan Hofman, Thomas Geisler and Alex van der Sande. Look at all these cars moving around as Thomas Geisler jumping from the top to the bottom line, trying to slot back in line. As he's pulling to the outside line now to make a move on Sepp Kinder. Sepp moving up slightly. Thomas moving to the far high side now, trying to get the momentum off the corner. which it looks like he does, but he is side by side with Cameron Moustier right now, so Thomas might lose a position to Cameron here. As we have Charles Baldwin right in the mix as well in his Van Halen livery IndyCar. And of course this is kind of a big preview race for what's to come in the 2005 series, which is going to get underway in Homestead next week on a different side of the US. If you want to get involved, Discord links are in the description, as well as the main and Euro Series Discords, which are also going to get underway for their respective seasons this next week. Charles Baldwin, though, with the biggest mover at the moment, up 5 positions from where he started. Making some nice progress. Barely hear me when I'm on board. Okay. Noted. Thank you. I will not go on board again then. So 3 wide across the line with Dan Marrero in the middle, and that's not where you really want to be. So I might find the other way around though, if I cover the TV cams. Please let me know if that's true, because I can lower the game audio if that's needed. So Jan Hoffman on the high side now, Craig Forsyth on the inside. He has managed to sneak his way down there, and he's got the shortest distance to work with, so he leads this lap. Lap number 8, we enter. And Charles Baldwin now moves into P2. Jan Hoffman drops to 3rd. Look at all these bumps. This is incredible. You can just see the cars move up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. Yes, I just said that. So Sepp Kinder has fallen back to P5. He was running P3 just a moment ago. And he is still racing against Jan Hoffman, who is not having the best of runs at the moment. Started on the pole, lost 4 positions from where he started, which is just as bad as Patrick Silvassi and Dakota DeMate. Those guys have dropped 4 positions as well, as Alex van der Sant now on the inside gets ahead of Jan Hoffman for the time being. Will Jan be able to come back around? Doesn't look like he is, as these guys are swapping positions as well across the line. There you go, hopefully this is better for the mic. So everybody is hugging that white line on the inside, and you do not want to go over that white line at all. If you do, the car is going to get really loose, and it's really difficult to keep the car pointed in the right direction. If you make the slightest mistake by turning in too early, then you're going to loop yourself around, and if you're Craig, I will be extra scared after Charlotte, especially for that incident involving Jan Hoffman, of course, which took out the entire field pretty much.
Thomas, you just blinked out for the whole corner, just FYI.
There's Alex on the radio telling the entire field that Thomas is blinking.
Okay, thank you.
But we did just see Dan Marrero moving up to the high side as well. I think he just avoided contact there with another car. Not sure who it was though. It might have been with Dakota DeMate or Jan Hoffman, one of the 2 cars. All I saw was a car moving up to the high side all of a sudden, so... Looking from the rear wing again of Craig Forsyth, who got an impressive 2nd position last time out at Nashville. Charles desperately trying to get a nose down the inside of Craig here, but he's unable to do so. The reason why you're not seeing anybody use the asphalt on the inside of the track, by the way, that's the apron. You're not allowed to run that on the straights. You can run it in the corners if you want, but you're going to spin out if you do, so it's not really an option. As Sepp Kinder is now back in the third position, moving to the high side. We missed his progress just a moment ago, but he is up into the top 3 again, challenging Charles Baldwin on the outside. And there's Alex, I think, giving a cheeky bum draft. I'm not sure whether that's legal or not, but we'll let it slide as we have the first car off, and that's Charles Baldwin, who is spun on the back straight. We stay green for now as Charles gets off the racing surface. So we stay green, it looks like, for now, as Alex van der Sant is on the high side again. Sepp Kinder on the inside now. And really the inside is where you want to be. Looks very entertaining though, all these cars going 2 or 3 wide even at points. So let's bring up a quick replay from Charles Baldwin's incident. There he is. Just gets loose, I believe, in turn 1. Not 100% sure. Maybe we can get a better angle of that. And I think he actually clipped the apron there. So let's get one more angle. Yes, just clipped the apron just in front of Thomas Geisler. Spins around and actually caught the car, but when he tried to grab his gears, he actually over-revved the engine and spun himself into the wall. Let's quickly get one onboard angle from this. There you go, apron back. And there you go, the car loops itself around. So back to live here, as Thomas Geisler is now all the way up on the high side, as, ooh, I almost thought that Cameron Bastian was going in the wall there, he came in the shot so quick. Alright, let's regroup for a second. So 18 laps into this thing, coming up to a quarter of the race completed. It is Craig Forsyth from Alex van der Sant, who started in the back, up 6 positions. That's the 1-2. Then Sepp Kinder, Patrick Silvassi, Dan Morera, Thomas Geisler, Dakota De May, Cameron Bastian, Jan Hoffman. The final car on the lead lap. And then there's Charles Baldwin, who is a lap down. And he might have actually parked his car already as well. So not the race that he had hoped for. Of course, got loose out of turn 2 on the apron and spun around. Yeah, these cars, the IRO5 doesn't really have any dirty air. That's why you see in the main and Euro series, when we come to this track next week for the season openers, that following another car won't be as easy. The dirty air basically means that you lose front downforce on ovals because you need all the air on the front wing to kind of push you down into the track. And of course, if you have dirty air in front of you, that air is disturbing. It won't give you as much downforce. So that's why cars aren't always able to follow each other as easily. But this car really doesn't have that much dirty air at all. So that's why it promotes this kind of racing. Not that I think it would be any different though if they did add dirty air to this thing, because this car is absolutely glued to every track that they go to. So Jan Hoffman drops all the way to P9 after starting on the pole, which is something I'm not very used to seeing him do. Partially because I haven't really seen him race on super speedways, apart from the one race where we took part in together. But he was up the front in that race at Chicagoland. So this is quite something different for me to see, because I'm not used to Jan dropping to the back, but clearly he thinks something is going to happen, so he wants to stay out of the mess. As we are coming up to a third of the way complete. Let's look at the best lap times from the race so far. And current fastest lap is Patrick Silvestri with a 33.71. Just confirming, by the way, Charles Baldwin is out of the race. Spun on the backstretch out of turn 2 after clipping the apron a few laps ago, and has got too much damage to continue. So that's the first retirement of the evening for us. Or of the day if you're in the US, like Charles is. And a number of other people, by the way. As we see Dan Marrera on the outside now, trying to make some moves. Dan up 5 at the moment as he has got the momentum, but now Patrick on the inside is going to pick up the draft from Geisler. So Dan is not able to clear him quite yet, as now the momentum will come back into play for Dan as he moves to the high side again, and Patrick actually clears him again. So Dan's going to continue trying on the outside line. And I have to say, I don't race too often with Dan, as I think somebody just went to the apron. Yeah, just saw Patrick Silvestri make a mistake there. Clipped the apron, I think, moved to the inside of the track. I was already wondering, like, where did that car go? But I don't really race against Dan too often, so it's actually quite cool to see him race this far up the front, because when we race together in VOR in the main series, it's kind of been the team strategy more often than not, but it's just been chilling in the back for Dan and a few of his and our teammates, because we run on the same team more or less, because we have Team VOR main, we have Apex Sage, Team Kamigoye, Apex Sage, Team 5150 and whatever we have not. So we all run on the same team, and that's kind of the team strategy that we do. And yeah, that's why I don't really see Dan at the front that often. But he is racing there right now, and he's actually making some good moves. On the outside of Thomas Geisler now, as Alex van der Sande has decided it's been enough. He moves to the high side of Craig Forsyth as well, as the cut of the mail even makes a 3 wide at one point. Let's see what happened to Patrick Silvestri though. Let's see if we can get a nice angle from this. Oof. Hang on, let me quickly just rewind this here, because I couldn't quite see what was going on. Ah, yeah, so he clipped the apron. Here he is, behind Thomas Geisler. Just clips the apron on the exit out of turn 2. Gets really lucky and actually saves the car brilliantly as well. It's not really luck, it's just pure skill, this one. What a save by Patrick Silvestri. Oh my. So Patrick running in the 9th position right now. Not quite with the draft. Hopefully he can catch back up again soon enough. But 30 laps into this thing, out of 75. It's kind of tempting to move into a commercial break real quick, because at the same time I'm not really expecting a caution at this stage, but I also don't want to jump the gun and when we go to one have a caution, so it's kind of debatable right now. I won't do it. I won't. I'll stay with the race for you guys. I'm sure Isaac won't be mad about this. As Jan moves to the high side again, drops to the back of the pack. But the two guys at the front, Van der Sande and Forsyth, been swapping the lead down the backstretch. As, Craig clears Alex down the front stretch. So my stomach is playing up a little bit. Right now, these guys are just boxed in. The third and fourth position aren't really able to go anywhere, because the two leaders are side by side, and those two lines are the fastest lines around. So trying to make it 3 wide at the front is only going to set you back a little bit more. As I say that though, Dan is having a little look at it. Dan doesn't go without a fight, that's for sure. He'll try it, which is great. Charles Baldwin saying in chat, apron bad. Apron very bad. I did Indy Fix at Iowa the other day, and going into turn 1 there's a giant bump, and I actually hit that bump, and I couldn't feel my car getting loose, so I literally just kept the throttle planted, and it just looped around on me into the wall. Lily asking in chat, when are we expecting drivers to pit? I'm personally expecting a fuel window of approximately 45 laps. That's what my calculations say, roughly. So around that lap number, we should see pit stops. It's going to be a certain one-stopper though. There's no way you can make it the full race on a single tank of fuel. Unless you have 10 cautions, which we don't. So 40 laps to go. Lap 35 or 75 at the moment. It's being Craig Forsyth in the lead for the most part of those. Is Cameron Wousting gonna make it 3 wide down the backstretch? I'm sure he thought about it, but actually slots in line behind Dan Moreira there to make it 2 by 2 by 2. And I'm sure you've heard plenty of announcers say this on real broadcasts. This looks like a formation lap at, what is it, 200 miles per hour, give or take? 10 or 20, I don't know. It's certainly 200 though, that's for sure. So yeah, let me just give you guys a quick update on the points. As it stands, Jan Hofman leads it into this race by 1 point. Yes, you heard that right, by a grand total of 1 point over Thomas Geisler. And Alex van der Sande in the third position, only 3 points back from Jan Hofman. Then we have a 16-point gap from Jan Hofman to Cameron Wousting in fourth, with 139 points. So he is not completely out of it as well. So who knows what can happen here at California, but I'm just saying, if Alex, Jan and Thomas have incidents, and for example Cameron wins the race, he could win the series championship for this year in the Christmas Cup. As Dan is now on the far high side now, trying to gain some momentum off the corner. Seb on the inside there, just below him. And Cameron Bauschen is going to shoot the gap in the middle. So I try to get a good camera angle here from this. Looking from the blimp. There's Seb Kinder washing up ever so slightly. As Dan Marrera is falling back now. He has dropped from 3rd to 5th. Was 6th just a second ago. But he is still racing side by side with Dakota the Maid for that 5th position. As Cameron clears Dan as well now. So Dan lost the momentum of the turn in turn 2, the lap prior to this one. And has fallen back all the way to P7 now. As Jan Hofman also tries to have a look to try and get by. As Thomas Geisler now moves to the inside of Van der Zandt, clears him for now. And Thomas might try to move up a lane to go side by side with Forsyth here. Although I'm not sure if that's the smart thing to do. What you might want to do from this point onwards towards maybe lap 60 is just fall in line. Try not to make a silly mistake. Especially through the pit cycles as well, by the way. Try to not make a mistake. This race really has flown by the way. As it still says Nashville there, that wasn't supposed to be there. They couldn't change that for the 25 laps to go count. There you go. So, we took the green flag with 75 minutes in the session. We have 50 minutes left now, so 25 minutes. And we are in 43 laps. So this race is really flying by quickly. As we have just 30 laps to go now, next time around. But Thomas did move into P2 successfully, by the way. Alex van der Zandt drops to 3rd. Of course, Craig Forsyth still leads. He's been leading for the majority of this race. And Thomas is returning to Team Race First with Sunset Arctic Games for Season 6 of the main series, alongside Matt Houston, Dakota the Maid, and Shane Coogan. 4-car team in the main series. And the first 3 named, so not Coogan, they're also returning to the Euro Series grid this season under Team Raceverse. We've got Craig Forsyth on the LMC Gear team previously. I'm not sure where he's going for this season. Maybe some silly season movements happening behind the scenes, which we're not quite aware of yet. The same can really be said for Alex van der Zandt. He drives for Powerslide Motorsports and other open events. And in some leagues as well.
Pitting in.
And there you go, we're going to see pit stops of at least 3 cars already. We're going to make that 4 with Seb Kinder as well. So we're going to see green flag pit stops on lap 46. Right around the pit window, which I expected it to be. So here we go. Craig gonna pit from the race lead. As there he goes. With 4 other cars. Oh, damn, with the insane pit entrance there. I think he took way too much speed into the pits there. I hope for him he didn't.
Pitting in.
But I don't think that was quite legal.
Pitting in. Pitting in.
So Craig Forsyth in the box. Actually overshoots it, so this is going to be critical for his race. Car goes up to jacks, but he's going to lose 2 or 3 seconds with that. As Jan Hofman... It's actually started on track, I thought it was him in the pits. It's Alex van der Zandt, sorry, who comes out in front of the pit cycle there, as Craig almost loses out of the pits. Everybody else into the pits now as well, a lap later. So these guys doing the overcut on the rest of the field, but Alex wins the race off pit road with a pretty sizable gap to Craig Forsyth. That's almost 2 seconds there that he's got on the rest of the people that came into the pits with Alex. So let's see where these guys come out. So we had about a 50-50 pit cycle there. Half the field pitting and half the field staying out another lap. But Thomas Geisler doesn't quite get the power down as quickly. So Jan Hofmann's going to be right on his gearbox. There goes Alex van der Sande. The two Germans rejoining behind Alex van der Sande by about a second. They've got to get up to speed though if they want to make something work and not lose the draft from Alex. With 25 laps to go, you really do not want to lose the draft. I'm sure Alex likes his chances at the moment though, leading for the first time tonight. If we exclude the side-by-side battle with Craig Forsyth, of course, where
Seriously?
some people might have let a lap, as we have an angry driver on the team radio there.
Yeah, congrats Alex on your championship due to, I don't know what this was.
As Jan Hofmann is a bit upset there. I'm not sure what happened though, so we're going to try to get a replay from that. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, good job. Really good job. Great pit entrance and all of that. And then not being able to hold your line.
So that's Jan on the inside, Thomas on the outside. Yeah. Thomas did enter up a little bit high, but then again Jan was ahead, so it was kind of his turn to take. You know, Thomas shouldn't be that high. I'm not sure what to make of this one, to be honest, myself. But Jan Hofmann clearly a little bit upset with Thomas Geisler there, his fellow countryman from Germany, of course. And that leaves Alex with a 1.6 second lead now, and I'm not sure if they will be able to catch him with this pace. Alex, all he really has to do is drive the inside line, which is the fastest way around. And it's going to be difficult for Geisler to catch him. So the race looks to be for P2, and actually for P3 as well, between Craig Forsyth and Dakota DeMaid. This is great for a radioactive video, by the way, for the Christmas Cup. So Jan Hofmann goes down a lap as well as Cameron Bouchen and Dan Marrera now. And Dan did get a speeding penalty for entering the pits. Already had me wondering, like, is that legal? It looked very quick, the way he came in. So yeah, Dan Marrera did get a penalty for that. Patrick Silvassi drops 16 seconds behind Kinder, so that leaves us with 5 cars in the battle for the lead, I guess. It's really a battle for P2 between 4 cars. So it's gonna be a race to the end from here to finish off the 2021 Classic Christmas Cup. And one key thing to mention, by the way, now that I just think about it, Jan Hofmann and Alex van der Sande have 4 starts each, so they missed 1 race. Thomas Geisler raced all of them, so really, Jan Hofmann and Alex van der Sande, they missed a race, so that's going to be their drop week. Thomas Geisler is uncertain which one his drop week is going to be. So, I think the race for the championship right now is between Jan Hofmann and Alex van der Sande. Which actually will go to Alex van der Sande then, because of course Jan had that incident with Thomas Geisler a few laps ago, as Thomas is blinking out once again. That's great to see. Not really. But this is Alex van der Sande still leading. Up 7 positions from the green flag. And really hasn't put a foot wrong at all tonight. Amazing pit cycle there. Came into the box very well and came out of it very well as well. To get a 1.8 second lead right now over Thomas Geisler, who leads this 4-car group. All racing for P2. 5 core. Can you please tell me your name? Because I do not recognize your channel name to who you are. I'm sorry. Is that you, Jan? It's my only guess, really. If you're not Jan, then I don't know. If that's the case, then yeah. Sorry about that, man. You had a good run though this year. Some races didn't quite go your way, but yeah, you were kind of the man to beat in this car as well. But to string a season together, it takes a lot more than just knowledge of the car, and it showed. But you did a great job out there, man. Still gonna be P2 in the championship, I do believe. So you can be very happy with how this Christmas Cup has gone. And of course we hope to see you in the 2005 series, which is starting in 6 days. Let's bring it up. There you go. Homestead Miami Speedway on the 8th of January. With Phoenix the race after that. Then we go to Indianapolis for the first of 3 Triple Crown races, of course. A week off until Texas though. Then we'll return to Richmond and Nashville. Then we have a week off again until Michigan, Kentucky. Then a week off until Iowa, and then we have the final race of the season at Auto Club Speedway. So Geisler and Forsyth are slowly gaining on Van der Zandt, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. They will pick up some draft, but it's only been 2/10 in the last 10-15 laps that they've gained. I don't think it's going to be enough, but maybe they can prove me wrong. I know that Thomas and Craig are very experienced oval drivers. They know what they're doing, especially in pack races like this. Especially Craig. So who knows, maybe they can pull a trick out of their sleeve and catch up to Van der Zandt to try and fight him for the lead with 15 laps to go now, this time by. As we go 3 wide into turn 3 now. Guys are on the inside, Forsyth in the middle, and Sepp Kinder on the high side. As we go across the line again. This race for P2 is certainly not over. Whether they're going to catch Alex Van der Zandt for the race lead, that's another question. So for now we're going to focus on the battle for P2 here. It has to be said, I'm sure we all expected a little bit more attendance in the Christmas Cup compared to last year when we had 16 to 20 car fields quite often. But it does have to be said that the races we did run, we had some very memorable moments in. Whether good or bad or not, it was a great Christmas Cup once again this year. Of course, hopefully next year is going to be even better than this one. It's quite funny though, I don't even have my own league's history here. I'm not sure who won the 2020 Christmas Cup title. I'm gonna try to find this real quick. It was Luis Gonzalez Nunez that won the Christmas Cup title by 70 points over Nick de Groot. And Oscar Gonzalez 2 points back. So the first car racing in this Christmas Cup is Alex Van der Zandt, who was 4th in the standings last year. So we are going to see a new champion in the Christmas Cup. As Geisler and Forsyth have now caught up to Alex Van der Zandt. The gap is about 8/10, so they will get the drafts from Alex's car. And now they're going to be closing in ground even more. You can already see it down the back straight, moving from 0.78 to 0.72 now. Down even to 0.7. So they are in that drafting range right now. And Thomas Geisler actually clears Craig Forsyth as well, as Thomas moves back to the inside now to try and protect that line. Craig to the outside line. Sepp Kinder following him to the outside. So that leaves Thomas as the only car on the inside. They just gained 3/10 again on that last lap. So 10 laps to go. This race isn't over yet. We're going to have a straight dogfight for the race win. Provided we don't have any cautions, which I don't think there will be, considering how clean this race has been. Generally speaking, it has to be said. Hope everybody had a safe New Year's Eve, by the way. Happy New Year to all of you. Forgot to say that in all of the chaos in my programs closing before the broadcast. So sorry about that, but Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you all spent some lovely time with your families and loved ones, of course. I certainly didn't. So 8 laps to go, and the entire field is caught back up to Alex van der Sande. This is a 5-horse race for the final race of the year in the Christmas Cup. As Thomas on the inside now moves up just a little bit, just about doesn't hit Craig Forsyth on the left rear wheel there. As Alex holds the inside line, Thomas with him on the inside, Craig on the outside. And actually to the outside now makes that a cut of the made. He is right in the mix as well, making it 3 wide. Sepp Kinder moves back into P4 now. If I had to put my money on anybody, it would be Alex van der Sande because he's got the inside line. But then again, I know Craig. He definitely knows his way around pack races like this. So I think he's got a surprise up his sleeve, which he is not quite ready to show just yet. As Craig is getting blocked now even by Alex van der Sande there, trying to break the draft there from Geisler. Oof, almost contact between Geisler and Forsyth. So 5 laps to go in what is the final race of the 2021 Classic Christmas Cup. I've said it countless of times already, but next week it all kicks off for the 2005 Euro and Main Series. If you want to get involved, Discord links are in the description of this broadcast. You can join the Discord, sign up over there. There is a $10 entry fee for the Main Series though, just keep that in mind. But there is $200 in prize money for the Drivers' Championship. To the top 5. Which is of course sponsored by Apex Stage Coaching, as well as $50 in the Euro Series. And the cut of the made with Sunset Arctic Graphics, sponsoring $30 in prize money for the 2005 series. So we have 3 laps to go. Craig still hanging tough on the outside line, with Thomas stuck on the inside. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He can't go on top of Alex van der Sande, of course, because then he's going to hit him. But he's got to lift off because there's a car just in front of him. There you can see it right there. Thomas gains so much momentum, but he just has to get out of the throttle to not hit Alex up the rear. And Thomas is desperately trying to move Craig up a lane, but Craig is not allowing it. Looking from the top, here above the Autocross Speedway is the Goodyear blimp, or the iRacing Goodyear blimp. Not even sure what it says on the thing, by the way. I think it's Goodyear. But white flag is out for the final lap in this race, the final race of the Christmas Cup. Alex van der Sande leads it still, and I think at this stage he's going to be the one winning it, but close behind for P2 it's going to be an unknown between Thomas Geisler and Craig Forsyth as the two are bumping each other. The banging wheels on the backstretch, there's contact between van der Sande and Geisler as well, so 3 cars making contact. As we are on the final lap here, so anything kind of goes from here on out. Thomas to the inside now, picks up the draft. Moves to the apron to try something, but it doesn't quite work. Alex van der Sande wins the race and the championship in the 2021 Classic Christmas Cup powered by Apex Age Coaching. Thomas Geisler comes home in 2nd place, just comes up short on the Series Championship. And also Craig Forsyth with a very nice race in P3. Just didn't quite work out on the final lap there, because he was running in P2 for quite a while there, and even leading earlier on in the race. But Alex van der Sande with an amazing performance. Once again showing how it's done on these big ovals. Of course, it could have been made and Sepp Kinder round off the top 5, with the top 10 being Sebastian Kinder, Patrick Silvassi, Dan Morera, Cameron Boustian, Jan Hofman and Charles Baldwin. The last 2 retirements of the race. As we get some lovely donuts from Alex van der Sande. Let's bring up the race results here. For the final race of the Christmas Cup, Alex van der Sande wins it. In front of Thomas Geisler, Alex wins the Series Championship as well. Craig Forsyth finishes P3 on the podium. And the top 3 separated by less than 1/10 of a second. They could have made 4th. 5th is Sebastian Kinder, Patrick Silvassi, Dan Morera, Cameron Boustian, Jan Hofman and Charles Baldwin. Those are your race results. What a race we have seen. I agree with you, Lily. This race was crazy. Alright, as we see Alex van der Sande having some fun driving the track backwards, we're going to quickly step aside for a commercial break. And we will be right back with your post-race interviews with the champion of the 2021 Christmas Cup and also the 2 other drivers on the podium.
Do you struggle to survive around the toughest circuits? Are you fed up of making poor mistakes that end your races? Well, here at Apex Age Coaching, we will help you reach your full driving potential. Whether it be a road course or an oval, we have a coach that will improve your ability. Over time, we will iron out those mistakes and make you become the driver you wish to be. And soon, you'll be making last lap passes for the win. For more information, reach out to us on Twitter at Apex Age Coach.
Alright, back here in, well, I guess Victory Lane, but we don't have the winner with us just yet. He will come up in just a moment, but let's bring in Craig Forsyth. Hello, Craig. Congratulations on P3. We saw you running in the lead for a while until the pit stops happened. Can you tell us about that?
Sliding 3/4 of the way through your pit stop is always a bad idea, especially on a track that there's no room for making the slightest error, as you saw how tight the racing was tonight.
Yeah, so that set you back quite a bit, but you were still running in the top 3 positions for the rest of the night. You and Thomas actually closing out to Alex towards the end as well. Just quickly tell us about your battle with Thomas, and were you two working together at all, or were you just racing each other there?
Oh, we were just racing. No, I mean, really, the only reason we caught up to Alex was because he made the mistake, touched the apron there on the one thing. I mean, battling with Thomas because we're on opposite sides of the world. It's always going to be tight just because of ping and lag. So you're rolling the dice the tighter you go, but you need to be as tight as possible to side draft properly. So got lucky, was finally able to get the pass, and then couldn't get the pass completed. So third it is.
Well, you sure had an impressive run tonight. Before I let you go, feel free to send out any shout outs or any other thank yous.
No, I got to thank the LMC guys. I got to thank you guys over at VOR for putting this on. I mean, it's. I'm glad the last two races have gone much better and been a much better show. So this is more typical of what we like to see.
Exactly, more similar to the 2020 Christmas Cup. But thanks for racing with us this year. Well, last year really now at this point, isn't it? And hopefully see you next weekend at the season opener in the main series.
You betcha, Julian. Stay safe.
You too, man. So that was Craig Forsyth. Let's bring in the driver that finished P2, and I quickly gotta make sure I get the right driver. It is Thomas Geisler. If he is on the Discord, no, he is not. Okay, so we're gonna skip Thomas Geisler. He is not available for a comment, unfortunately. Maybe discussing some things with Jan Hoffman there in the garage area. We don't know, but let's bring in Alex van der Sand. Hello, Alex. Champ.
Yeah.
So you won the race tonight, and with that also the championship, because you didn't attend a race as far as I know, because Sim Racer Hub says it, so I think it's right. So with that, the drop weeks aren't really relevant, so you are the series championship winner. Congratulations on that, and also the winner tonight. Just well, if you can, please talk us through your race.
Yeah, well, I didn't make it easy on myself at the end. I mean, I knew it was going to be like a stock car plate race with how these, you literally push these cars. There's a small side draft effect too. It's very weird for an IndyCar, but I have experience in that, and I think I put that to good use. Same as at Charlotte, sort of. I mean, at least for the first few laps. But yeah, just I chilled out of the first few laps, and then whenever I saw an opportunity to move up a couple rows, then I did. From there, executed. Well, so then I got hooked up with Craig and pushed him for a while. He made a mistake, so I had Dan pushing me on the outside lane, and it worked. It was fun. Executed a great pit stop. And got that lead. Yeah, then I just made that mistake off of 2 and just barely caught the apron and lost that lead I had. But I was able to keep Thomas right behind me, and I knew that was all I needed to do to get the championship, and it worked out.
Well, I'm not really sure what to add to that. You covered literally everything there. So yeah, you still came out on top, and it's really been where you've been. It really is where you've been all year long. Of course, you are not including the Euro Series. Of course, you are the only driver to win every championship this year or last year, including this race, of course, tonight for 2021. You won season 4, the championship in the main series. You've won season 5, and now this. Just for my own interest as well, please talk me through your year in VOR, and if you want also other leagues as well, feel free to. But please talk me through your highlights overall this year.
Yeah, it's been a great year of growth for me as a driver. It's the 2 championships were, I mean, the first one came as a surprise in season 4, but then season 5 I was really able to put together a solid season all the way through. A couple of mistakes, but that put me in danger at the end, but I brought it home. Yeah, and then and this Christmas Cup was just for fun, really. I knew it was going to be smaller fields, just a car that I'm unfamiliar with, so just looking to learn and have fun with that. But yeah, the 2 main series championships I'm very, very proud of. They're 2 of my best accomplishments so far in sim racing. So hoping to do more and go even bigger for this year, for 2022.
Perfect. So that's gonna wrap it up from my side here. So before I let you go and wrap up the stream myself, feel free to send out any shout outs to any people.
As always, big thanks to my sponsors, Happy Trails Chili Company, elmseeger.com, Racers Broadcasting, and thank you to you and the Velocity Online Racing admins for putting on an awesome year of racing.
No problem, man. Thank you, and see you next week for the season opener of season 6.
Yep, see ya.
So that was Alex van der Sand. It does look like we have Thomas Geisler up here, so let's actually just bring him in because I'm in a good mood today. So hello, Thomas. We just missed you there, but we got you in now. Solid
Hi,
from
Jordan.
your end. Hello. It's been a while since we've spoken, by the way. Hello.
Hi.
So you finished
Pretty
P2
intense.
tonight. Yeah, it was pretty intense. We saw you getting it well. interesting to say the least with Jan Hofmann, your fellow countryman. Just please talk me through your race, through the Christmas Cup in general, because you were up there in the points battle all season long. Didn't quite work out that way for you, but just quickly please recap me on your
No, not quite. Yeah. Congrats to Alex, of course. Yeah, the situation with Jan, I watched in the replay, and he just turned in a little bit earlier than me. I was about in the middle lane, and he turned into me, and we slightly touched. And so I'm sorry for it, but I think it was a racing incident. Otherwise, it was pretty intense. In the beginning, I tried the Highline for a few times, but that was not a good idea. I dropped back 4 or 5 spots then. And after that, yes, the pit stops decided it. Alex had a great pit stop, of course. And I was astonished that he nearly threw it away. I think he catched the apron and almost spun out. But anyway, he managed to stay in front. It was a really good race with Craig, very close, all the time, very close. So it was pretty intense, but a good race.
Perfect. Well, thanks for racing with us in the last year. Of course, you are going to be on the grid for season 6 next week. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
So, yeah, I knew that you were entering the season overall, but I wasn't quite sure if you were going to enter next week's race. But anyway, you got another shot at hopefully a better season this time around in the main series. So best of luck for that. But before I let you go here,
thank you.
Feel free to send out any shout-outs.
Yeah, shout-outs to you, to making it all possible. Christmas Cup was fun, and the main series is fun also all the time. Thanks to Raceverse again, Sunset Arctic graphics and games. Dakota, Matt, Shane, who unfortunately couldn't do the race, obviously. And to all the guys who make it a good race.
Perfect. Well, Happy New Year to you. By the way, I forgot to say this to the other
two. Happy New Year too.
I forgot to say this to the other 2 guys. I feel so bad right now. But Happy New Year.
It's already 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. But oh well. See you next week for the California 300 in the main series, man.
Okay. Thank you, Julian. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Thomas Geisler. It's been a while since I've spoken to him. So it was nice to catch up with him for a second. But that's going to wrap it up for the 2021 Classic Christmas Cup powered by Apex Sage Coaching. Thank you to everybody that's supported VOR in the last year. All the viewers, Lily especially, she's been, well, mainly a Team Watson Racing fangirl, but she's also been a VOR fangirl. So thank you for tuning in. And of course, all the other people that have been in chat, like Charles Baldwin just now as well. Didn't really go his way tonight with the race, but he's always been here as well in chat when he was out. So just keeping in touch with us. But yeah, of course, everybody watching in general. Want to thank all the sponsors, all the people behind the scenes. Want to thank iRacing, because I have to do that because of their policy. This is iRacing motorsport simulations that we just raced on. So yeah, check it out on iRacing.com. And yeah, don't really know what else to say. So Happy New Year once again. And hopefully see you all again next week for the season openers in the 2005 series, Euro series, and main series. Thanks everybody for watching once again, and see you soon.
Do you struggle to survive around the toughest circuits? Are you fed up of making poor mistakes that end your races? Well, here at Apex Sage Coaching, we will help you reach your full driving potential. Whether it be a road course or an oval, we have a coach that will improve your ability. Over time, we will iron out those mistakes and make you become the driver you wish to be. And soon, you'll be making last lap passes for the win. For more information, reach out to us on Twitter at Apex Sage Coach.